Second Timothy, because okay, I've been trying to figure out what's going on, what am I feeling today with all this energy here. It feels like, you know, it's definitely the energy of, you know, people standing off. Let me try. Okay. It's definitely a feeling of people standing off in like the sidelines here. Okay. Yeah, so I want to go ahead and look at this here because I don't know, when I open up the text or whatever, this thing was in here. Okay, when I open up the book, source was like, you know, you ain't been in the Bible for a minute, go on and go back. So, you know, it was making me think about this part. It is quite true. The way to live a godly life, this with a little g, is not an easy matter, but the answer lies in Christ, who came to this earth as a man, okay, and was proved spotless and pure in his spirit, and was served by angels, and was preached among the nations, was accepted by men everywhere, and was received up again in his glory in heaven. All right, so this is giving me an energy of a divine masculine a little bit here. I'm hearing we are one, okay? This is giving me something about a twin flame, the coming together of two energies or whatever. But again, like I said, this could be that Christ energy, or it may be just a one. But the ̈hōrli. See? Now this is what I'm about to tell y'all. There's another, okay, there's another feminine energy out here, okay. I feel like whatever she was doing today was kind of trying to rub something in or whatever. I don't know what this is or whatever about like being a medium, okay. And so, you know, like I said, there's definitely some tricky things going on here, okay. And like I said, with that particular energy, I'm thinking ̈hōrli came out because that's kind of how I look at that energy. Sometimes, you know, somebody could think that about me too, you know what I'm saying? But again, there's a lot of talk about, you know, like I said, things, you know, like I said, whatever. We don't even, I see a lot of people getting upset about the things that I expose on here, but I try not to be specific unless it's something that's very specific. Also, this is a testimony of things that I'm witnessing in these times here, dealing with the biblical text in real life. So again, that's not the only thing. I don't only deal with the cards here. The Torah is in the tarot and the tarot is in the Torah. But again, there's different, I guess, levels to this, right? But I feel like somebody's trying to place another feminine in some energy to make me jealous or something like this, or out of spite here, okay? I feel like it has something to do with role reversal, identity theft, fraud. Like it's just a whole bunch of fraud energy around here. So again, I think that this is Paul talking in the beginning of this text. So I'm just trying to be real careful here because, you know, because of the things that are being named in here, that are being specifically talked about. These are things that, again, one of my videos the other day, like, again, the reason why I keep it real with y'all and I show all the pieces of me on this channel is because, you know what I'm saying, it's just me. You know what I'm saying? If somebody don't like it, that's too bad. You know, and so you may see me get aggressive on a video. You may see me chill. You may see me whatever. It's not, it's just because we all do. I think people try to get on camera and they try to act perfect. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't want people, they try to stay in one monotone or one way in front of people on camera. Where me, it's just like, you're going to get all the pieces of me. I'm a unique individual with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is not a professional platform or anything. This is not a job for me. I'm not getting paid for this. This is just something that I do as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I deliver the message how I want to. But again, I noticed that in here, I feel like somebody took the video that I did the other day when I was pretty upset, right? Okay? It's almost like using my roar once in a while. And try to then use that and say, see, look at her foul mouth or something. And then try to instate this all energy in front of me. You know, and it's funny because now that I just really think about it, stating or looking at myself in a sense as an all energy right now. Right? But this person does have it in their name on YouTube. So don't open up the door all the way. I'm doing a video. It might be still in the car if you left it in there.
Where?
I don't know. You have to go look. If you took it in the car, then it's probably still in there if you didn't take it out. Or ask Maya. Okay? So, I'm also thinking about somebody dying 3 years ago. Or this might have been somebody going to jail or something 3 years ago for something. Oh, okay. It's almost like a refurbishing of the Christ energy. So again, right now I am, as a seer or oracle, I'm picking up on extra additive energy. So most of the time it's to fill me or a certain group of soul siblings in, or to share or show or whatever this would be, okay? I don't know what exactly I'm feeling, but I feel like there's a push-pull energy here, okay? With Yeshua, Christ energy is kind of like, it's not like somebody's surrounded by people or something that want to see something, you know. And it's funny that, like, these are some of my earrings or whatever that I have for, excuse me, what? You're going to have to use another one then. I will be done in about 20 minutes. This naked lady here, because I'm hearing like bear it all. So again, there are things in this text that are considered to be this. This may even be saying something that was being offered. So somebody couldn't wait any longer for something and may be about to go and offer a cup of something to someone else. Like it ties in with this twin flame thing, but it also, I'm seeing somebody wanted to see something, a show or something was supposed to be put on. We have turn here, okay? And we have punish in reverse, okay? And then we have double, see? There's something here, because it's also giving me like doppelganger energy, or the strange occurrences that have happened in my life where I feel like, again, somebody has been playing games or altering energy around here. Okay, and so I'm at a point where I'm being very reserved right now, because I have to really feel people out to see what your energy is before I allow someone close to me. And that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something here. But somebody's saying it's okay, you know, but it's almost, I'm getting beguiled. I keep hearing the woman that you gave me beguiled me, or the serpent beguiled me, right? So again, I noticed there's like a whole bunch of tricknology going on here. People trying to get in people's heads to get them to take a certain direction. So again, I like to try to center myself and look within, but I do think that there is a certain time limit or time schedule here. All right. And it's something very tricky right now that's going on. It's a test of something here. Damn. So again, I know it's going to say something about cursing and stuff like this, okay, in here, and saying and swearing. But then again, like I told you guys, cursing and swearing could be meaning totally different things. This cursing could be somebody putting curses on people. So again, that's what I think some of these feminine energies work on. They put curses on people, or they manipulate situations in some kind of way here, okay? To turn people against. It's like they're talking about devil energy sneaking in here. All right. It's almost like, oh, even when I seen this feminine energy, it's almost like something was telling me like, oh, you know, Adam, didn't I tell you not to touch that fruit or whatever? All right. So it's that energy. Like I said, it's almost like that. Like what somebody's trying to rub in my face is giving me that energy, as in me saying, yeah, you know, I already told you about these particular females. But I feel like what you're trying to do is show me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's something like this, okay? And now this could be any energy, because I pick up on lots of different people's energy. It's just, that's just what I, you know, I feel like I do here. So again, I don't want like this to be something that is portrayed towards my main masculine energies that I'm connected to. This could be anybody. Yes. I will not. Do not interrupt my video again. I need about 15 more minutes and I will be done. You have to ask your sister or someone closer. You're being very rude. There is a socket in your room. You can use that to plug your phone up.
There is no charger.
There's some cords I put in the drawer in the living room. don't want to have to say it again. I told you to give me 15 minutes. There are charger cords in the living room in the drawer. Figure it out. I am on a live video, I said. Do not come back here. I cannot stand that behavior. It's almost like all day everything is fine. And this is how, you know, and this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about there's this kind of behavior, yes. But I also know when somebody is also playing heavy in the energy around this household here. Goodness gracious. So it's like all day long, people been just on me and wanting me to go here, do this, run there, take them here, sit out here and wait. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking like, hold on, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing videos right now. But it's just like, this is just the things that you have to deal with sometimes, okay? Okay, so again, like I said, these people poke and prod, they throw stones, they hide their hands, and then, you know what I'm saying, to try to get some type of reaction. Exactly, just like, okay, let's keep moving. Yeah, it says, yet we hear that some of you are living in laziness, refusing to work, and wasting your time gossiping in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. We appeal to such people. We command them to quiet down, get to work, and earn their own living, and to rest. To the rest of you, I say, dear brothers, never be tired of doing right, okay? But again, a lot of these, we got turn in reverse though. It's giving me wrong turn here, okay? And then we have punish in reverse, like somebody's not gonna be punished, okay? And then we have double here, okay? So again, this may be somebody that's doing wicked, okay? What I'm hearing is somebody might be doing wicked things here behind the scenes, red lip, red dress, red energy, okay? They're doing evil things behind the scenes, right? But they're not being punished, okay? But somebody is working on punishing people for maybe not doing work or maybe looking lazy. But then my whole thing is some of the times this is this witchcraft and this sorcery that people are doing, sucking off of people's energy. Because I definitely feel like, again, this is somebody that something has been shared, whether it's personal information. All right, so again, with this energy or this feminine energy, I know personal information or something has been shared with this feminine energy. I know that they're doing cursing. You hear me cuss. They're cursing, right? And there was another word that I wanted to say. And swearing. So this is also, like I said, this cursing and swearing. I wish I had something here where we can look it up in etymology as to what we're really talking about, because a lot of these people may swear by their word, okay, and they're actually lying or manipulating a situation, okay? So again, I like to really get into details about what we're really talking about when we're talking about this text, because I usually know when people are trying to do this type of work to manipulate a situation or something, or get a rise out of me, or if I'm too quiet and I'm not doing videos or whatnot. But again, we have to look at this and realize there's some people in society that do work for certain entities and energies here. They come off as these people that are just a tarot reader or just this, but they actually work for the government or they work for other, you know, entities, okay? And they are getting paid for what they do. What I feel they're doing to the mother energy that I feel like somebody like me would house is trying to work you to death and not offering anything. You see what I'm saying? This could also be, like I said, for my platform with the algorithm being messed with. We're going to continue to say this because these are things that people should be looking forward to, or not. I mean, I will hope you don't want to look forward to them, but that will be happening in the future. It's like a social credit system. Kind of like that episode on Black Mirror when that girl, you know what I'm saying, was going through all those troubles and everything, and she was getting marks ticked off of her or whatever on the way to her friend's wedding, and she was trying to act all perfect and everything like this. You know what I'm saying? When she wanted to get an apartment and whatever. It's just like I said, this is the type of things that we talk about here: past, present, future, things that are seen and unseen. We talk about things that are political in here, sexual, whatever it will be. Okay. So, I definitely think that somebody, and usually there's a message, a living message here, that source wants me to see. Okay. All right. So again, to quiet down, this may be also people that are speaking about things that somebody doesn't want them to speak about. There's this heavy presence of letting something go. Let it go. Let it go. Let something go. Let something go. And I don't understand what it is that these people want me to let go of. It's not always, messages don't always come from God. Sometimes they're coming sideways from other energies. Okay. So I feel like somebody wants me to let something go. But again, we talk about these things because source wants me to reveal the things that are going on in the dark. Things that most people would not want to talk about. Okay? Because they would be afraid to get banished or something like this. Or they just don't have it in them, or they're not aware of that type of information. Okay, so I'm not rubbing this off on anyone or anything like this. This is just a message that's coming through right here. This could have been 100 years ago. It could have been 3 years ago. It could have been 100 years ago and 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? This is the way that this energy in this book or this text resonates. But it's for us to be able to see these cycles that repeat themselves and people end up in certain situations. Okay, so I'm not ragging on about. We're just talking about the storyline, and we're just telling. This is my testimony here. Okay. So again, I'm going back to Thessalonians 3 because that's where that just came from. But right here, I'm saying in the front of this, in the beginning of this text, it's saying, finally, dear brothers, as I come to you with the end of this letter, I ask you to pray for us. Pray first that the Lord's message will spread rapidly and triumph wherever it goes, winning converts everywhere, as it did when it came to you. Okay, so again, what this is saying right here to me, okay, wait, as it came to you, pray too that we will be saved out of the clutches of the evil men. For not everyone loves the Lord, but the Lord is faithful. He or she will make you strong and guard you from satanic attacks of every kind, and into practice the things we taught you, and that you always will have a deeper understanding and love God and, come from Christ. Okay, so again, I don't know who's writing this right now. Like I said, because it doesn't really state. Usually before the chapter, it will state, okay? Before each chapter, it'll state. So I don't know who's talking right now with this portion of this letter. This could be anybody. It may be the same letter. It may not be the same letter. But what I'm saying here is that this is funny that this is... What does it say? We worked hard day and night for the money we needed to live on in order that we would not be a burden to any of you. Okay? All right. So again, and this is what I'm saying about people. Me and my daughter were talking about abortion today. And I was telling her it's a little bit deeper than what we're seeing. You know, this abortion could also lead to people being cut off from being able to be functioning on a certain level, meaning that there's going to be a slave group or a slave race of people, okay, that you're getting the whip. There's something all day that wants you to work, but there's no growth there. So anytime when there's not any growth there, normally people will give up. But again, the fact that I feel like it's hard for me to explain it to y'all, that I feel like I do work for a different God or God. So again, to me, this is just something that I'm going to do. And then again, hopefully, like anybody else would think, this would lead to doing something bigger and better. But what I'm telling you is that if some of us have been so-called aborted or cut off from being a nation or amongst our nations, or the scapegoats of the tribe, which are the chosen ones usually of God, and Lord God or a lesser God comes in and changes that, you see what I'm saying? This could be a problem for many people. All right. And these people would be upset at this time. So they may curse, or we do have this word curse. So many people are going to look at curse like a curse word and say like somebody cussing or, or swearing or something like this. But if it were talking about just that, it wouldn't have to say curse and swear. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about cussing, then we would be talking about, we would only have to use one of these terms here. So again, like I said, this is making me think about curses that people are trying to put. These curses, these generational curses, okay? It's almost like other groups of, certain groups taking and making a lot of money and then coming in and intercepting or using some type of spelling or spell work here in order to make things go in another way for a different group, tribe, familial line, lineage, or something like this. So, you know, I'm just looking at this in some kind of way here. I'm just looking at this. I mean, it's even almost like, I don't know, there's something very crooked about what I'm reading here, okay? So let's go ahead and read this part right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on, okay? So it says, so it may look like these curses also could be women putting these heavy curses or these burdens on other women, or projecting negative energy onto other women, taking their sins and projecting them on other people to weigh people down. All they have to have is a targeted individual that everybody wants out of the way, so that these people can continue to obey the way that they want to. Because they know that they may call you stuck up, or you do this, or you don't, because you're not partaking in the things that these activities that other people are partaking. Most times they won't even invite you, because again, they may already see your light, even if you don't see it. You know, and they don't want to be the one that's looked at as an influence to get you to go in another direction. But then there's some of those snake energies that will come in and try to do that by using mind control and manipulation. Okay. So I do feel like there's a masculine energy that has left the building, meaning they may have come in to this area or whatever, but then left. It's so funny because, again, there was this church down this church that I rode past. And my daughter was like, did you see that? That was weird. It was a whole bunch of people lined up, and I looked back and it was a church, right? So again, this is all with this Macedonia and all this stuff like this is giving me the energy of somebody's going through, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking it was kind of weird because I think it's Monday or Tuesday, right? And I was thinking it was kind of weird for that many people during that time of day to be at a church. So again, this is talking about somebody going through and preaching to multitude of people. So again, maybe that meant something. Maybe that was a sign of something that's going on around here, okay? Yeah, somebody might look at it as stirring up something here. But I feel like, again, this is, there's a battle here. There's a real Christ energy, a real, and then somebody that's in the likeness. There's the real Jesus and somebody that's in the likeness. It always goes that way. Yeah. So it says, but these teachers have missed this whole idea, okay? And spend their time arguing and talking foolishness. Now, again, these women that I'm talking about here are the gossiping community. They're calling themselves mediums, and they're also speaking about people talking to them in their room on each side of them. But again, they will target the individual like me that has a different type of gift that these people are watching. Now, let me tell you one thing. There's not one person I don't think that I put on my wall on Instagram that I know is either tapped directly into my energy, or they're watching me some kind of way, or they know my story and they're incorporating it in their work. Not one of them. Whether they know it or not, I know it because I see in a different light. Okay? The Empress or somebody in that energy is going to see differently. They're having a more elevated status of seeing. Instead of just the gossip and rumors and about relationships, they see other things that are talking about what happened in the past, what's happening now, and what's happening in the future. They're reading between headlines and reading between the lines. So this is something else on a different scale, where it's multitasking almost of the mind. Okay? So, and this is what I feel like these people on earth, because they try to copy off God and they don't know exactly what it is. So they try to do these things by exalting these people within certain communities and things like this, knowing good and dang on well that these people are not appropriate. But first they have to try to get it to look like somebody like the Empress is falling. Oh, her life is not working out. Oh, look, she doesn't have that many followers. Oh, God wouldn't let that happen to somebody. But again, God's children are going to be the children that are going to struggle the most in these times. Satan's children are going to be living lavish and luxurious. They're going to be being exalted and placed in positions of power right now. Because again, at some point in time, that's the energy that's in control. That's going to deceive the whole entire world, okay? even, and I usually say that world card energy is supposed to be protected. But we know that there has been a leak when it comes to that world card. Okay? So there could be some stuff leaking in that may be contaminating the mind of that person that's in that world card energy. They're supposed to be, you know, not able to see or hear those particular things. But again, I feel like there was a crack or a leak. Maybe even me catching wind of the tarot community and then finding out how many of these people actually knew about this particular story that I've been living for the past couple years, and then some. That is what I would call cursing. Doing something to try to curse somebody's bloodline so that they can't move forward into maybe a position of leadership or something of this nature. And then they can put these people that are in the likeness of those people in those positions. And these people are going to be, like I said, the seed of Satan. Okay? All right? So let's see what it's saying here. All right? So again, we're talking about the gossip there. Okay? And it says, but these teachers have missed this whole idea and spend their time arguing and talking foolishness. They want to become famous as teachers. That's what I'm saying, okay? Because again, if it was about money or fame for me, I'd have been done 6 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Because there's been no real growth as I can see, but I feel like these words do resonate. They do travel far. They are reaching certain individuals, okay? Rather the numbers are matching up on YouTube or not, okay? But again, if it was about the numbers and views, I would have been stopped. I'm just telling you that right now, okay? But you have these people that are, their platforms are growing, they're changing, they're adding certain things, you know, and there's nothing wrong with this. They're doing marketing and stuff like that, but just be honest about who you are and what you're doing and what you're here for. You see what I'm saying? And these are people that have been spending the last 2 or 3 years speaking on the case of the Empress and the Emperor, or speaking on the case of other individuals here, supreme individuals, okay? Without, you know, you're not even being aware that the shit that is going on, okay? I told you I'm gonna try to calm down, all right? Even though I don't feel like this is talking about, you can discern what you think, okay? So again, it says they want to become famous as teachers of the laws or lies, okay, of who? Moses. Wow. I'm hearing moon energy though. Why am I keep on hearing moon with Moses? Because because these could have been very beneficial teachings as well. Okay. When they haven't the slightest idea what those laws really show us. Okay, so again, this is making me think about this whole energy that's going on right now with or what might have went on with the LGBT and them energy. And then we also have the energy of this whole thing with this abortion, this Roe v. Wade thing. And this is kind of like what me and my daughter were just talking about in the car today. The people have no idea what they're really fighting for, because again, and we have double here, so this might be talking about a double standard too in the turn of events that have been going on here. All right. And this may be, like I said, this may be a punishment in reverse. Somebody might want me to be punished for being different and speaking a different tone. But then again, this may be me wanting these particular other people to be punished for their works and their spying and their sorcery that I can see behind the scenes. Because again, it keeps on making me think when God says, who can sit in one spot and stretch out this to and be able to see the workings or doings of people all across the land or across the world. Basically saying, how can somebody sit in one spot and know all the information that they know? You see what I'm saying? That's deep. Because you can have a lot of followers and reach a lot of people, but if it's just mundane energy like gossiping or just talking about this stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're just running your mouth. You may be getting paid for it, so it may look like you're not lazy or that you don't that you pay for your own things, but at the same time you're not doing the work. Nor are you, being obedient when it comes to other certain things. So I just see it differently, okay? So again, it's saying here that those laws are good when used as God intended. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. Damn. When used as God intended, right? But see, they're not doing that with this stuff here. They're not. They're taking it and running with it and doing other things with these rulings and stuff that are coming out. It says, but they were not made for us, whom God have saved. They are for sinners who hate God. All right? Wow. Have rebellious hearts, okay? They curse and swear, okay? So I'm talking about these curses to me is making me think of somebody doing a curse on someone. Cursing someone for no reason, doing things, throwing slander, things like this on people's name, okay? And then swearing or swearing by something that is not true, okay? This is people swearing. And you know, it's funny because I just put that post up on my Instagram, Lies and Spies, or Spies and Lies. All right? It says they attack their fathers and mothers and murder. So this is what I'm talking about here with this abortion here. Okay? But it's also, okay, this could be talking about a rebellious seed, the ones that are standing up for themselves because they know what has been done behind the scenes to them in particular. Rather it is written or not. There are things that can be done to castrate somebody or remove, separate them from, or cause some type of transitioning or cause some type of, even when I see castrate, this cast, to cast someone out. This can be emotionally, spiritually, physically. This could be somebody using science in order to do so, okay? So I feel like this is more so what we're talking about here. And this may be trying to smite those children that are speaking of their experiences that they are having. That the Bible is not right, is not going to be able to tell you all the time. Other people are not going to relate to it all the time. But nobody can sit there and try to tell you what kind of communication or what connection you have with God. See, and that's where people get it wrong. You either have eyes to see and ears to hear. Let me worry about me facing my God, okay, at the end of the day. These people have taken amongst themselves to try to say these particular things and really mean them. And it's not just one person. They're saying this to multitudes. They're getting in groups behind the scenes with Three of Pentacle energy and discussing these people and how to further irritate or, you know, replicate or whatever they're trying to do with these energies of these children of God and make them look rebellious to the government or these earthly parents, okay, or these governors or whatever, okay. These are the same individuals that may have been trying to create a spin on your life and make it seem like there's something like a mental illness with you, or you're different, or you don't come around the family anymore, to make it seem like whatever source is cheering with you and telling you to do, which your journey may be different than theirs, right? But behind the closed doors, when they're partying, these people are doing these same things. But they see you doing them in your video, being honest and being true to yourself and being yourself, and they'll try to make you into some type of demon. Right? These are people that will go to church and do certain things and then come home and be doing something totally different here. Okay? And these murders are talking about aborting fetuses, children, people, adults, elderly people. Okay? Because again, some of these elderly people, if we look at that term, okay, could be talking about old God energy, old world connection energy here. All right? Past, present, or future. This could be within the past 1,000 years. So again, anybody that's trying to say that I'm giving out some type of information that's false, ridiculous. It either resonates with you and you can discern, or you don't. I'm not here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me as a seer or an oracle. And that's the thing. That's why I like to say on this channel that this is not your mama's Bible study. Okay? Because we know that they were misled some kind of way. All right? So again, these murders can be, like I said, them cutting off certain individuals from groups or tribes or nations, things like this. Most of the time, what I'm hearing in the past, this has been to attach to maybe the person that is the head or that spirit chose to be a leader. Everybody can see their light. They gravitate towards them to a certain extent to obtain knowledge or something like this. And then after they're done with whatever they need, they will go ahead and enlist someone else that may be getting paid. They will drive this person into the, know that you're doing this work for God, and will not, you know what I'm saying, try to do anything to, help you elevate or anything like this, okay? Or turn it into some type of business for some, and this is the thing. Nobody should have to do that for you. You can do it for yourself. But my thing is to be getting up and being of service to God and giving this message. I may not have everything I need, but I have a home, I have clothes to put on my back, and somewhat food to put in my stomach. I don't think I'm going to live the rest of my life like that, nor do I want to. But at this particular time in my life, this is what God has me doing. And sometimes I get frustrated about it and stuff like this, but I still do it. Whether people gonna gravitate towards the message or not, whether they're going to, hit that like button or not, it doesn't matter to me. It's just like a thing that I do. And that's just it, okay? So it's saying, yes, these laws are made to identify as sinners all who are immoral, okay? So that was one of my key words of the day too, immoral, okay? And impure. It says homosexuals, okay? Kidnappers. Now this homosexual is giving me, this is man, I think man or men is like a quadruped something here, okay? This might even be, I don't know, my daughter said something about, I don't know, she sometimes has messages too, and she said something about, somebody is saying something about segregation, and she was hearing something about having to marry people of the same race as you, okay? And she's only 11 now, so this is giving me something here. Because right now there's something tricky. I'm hearing that some people are not even being written down as they are, in order to cast out the chosen ones or the elect by God, and replace them with sons of man. So there's also been workings going around behind the scenes with people changing people's identity and calling them strange fruit, when actually they're the strange fruit. And if you look at the phenotypes and look at the features in the faces and stuff like that, and read their energy, you know who's who, but it's just funny to me because Source already showed me this last year that this was some of the shit that was going to be going on behind the scenes, all right? So we have kidnappers, yeah, like I said, kidnappers, or even people that are trafficking, okay? Liars, there's spaces here, big spaces in between. So I don't know what else could have been there, but there's huge gaps in between these words here. It says liars and all others who do things that contradict the glorious good news of our blessed God, whose messenger I am, okay? So again, glorious is another one of my key words today. That's real funny. But I think that's confirmation, because I think Source knows that, these people are attacking or sending these mixed messages or these signals in. And so I think that these are certain things that, help, keep some of us on track that may have been in some way aborted. This means that somebody chose to do something to block you from being your full self or your full potential. So again, instead of, people will say, oh yeah, you might have been tapped in at one time, but you're not anymore. But again, sometimes this is not God. Sometimes this is actually these particular people that are doing these things with 5G and other things to block energy from coming your way, or a connection, like I said, or blocking smoke signals. So again, this also lets in other energies to come in that can be trying to destroy you, okay? There's just funny energy. Like I said, they keep on trying to disconnect me and this masculine energy here. All right, I'm just skimming through real quick. All right, so I wanted to go to glory and honor to God forever and ever. He is the King of the ages, okay? An unseen one who never dies. He alone is God, and the full wisdom, and the full of wisdom. So again, this is making me think about this too here, okay? Because it did say that somebody was taken out of man. You know, I was just upstairs speaking to Taurus, and I was like, you know, we were joking around about females with mustaches, right? And I was like, yeah, you know, should I take off my mustache? It's kind of like, and he was like, oh, you got I said, well, you knew I always had a mustache or whatever. And I said, well, hell, you know, it might be that I was born a boy, you know what I'm saying? And they did something or whatever to me, okay? At birth, you know what I'm saying? Because again, some people are castrated at birth, you know? Don't even think for a minute that these people didn't know who you were before you were formed in your mother's womb, okay? So again, this could be something, like I said, that has been done to some individuals, especially women that may have remembered. I know that a lot of us were tomboys and stuff like this. But then again, it depends on your whole, if you take a view or a certain viewpoint and look back at your life from, if you're like in your 30s, 40s or something like this and look back, you'll notice certain things, especially if you've gone through this type of ascension. I don't know. That's just how it happened for me, though. All right. Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I was going to be going with this. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. It says, it is a true saying that if a man wants to be a pastor, he has a good ambition. For a pastor must be a good man whose life cannot be spoken against. He must have only one wife. I don't know. See, and this is almost making me sick to my stomach, because this is almost making me think, look, we got push here. So this might be even some pushback may be needed on my side. I mean, it might be necessary. I feel like what they're doing here, okay, is also trying to link up this energy with one of my masculine energies that would have been my top choice, okay? And so, again, meanwhile, pushing me out of the way. But again, they're hooked. This person is a... I see souls. I see souls with different goals. I know somebody is actually funny too, that I just started, you know, since I'm sitting out here outside, I just started to be smoking cigarettes on camera with you guys. I normally don't do things like that, right? So again, this is what I'm telling y'all about. Now, I've told you guys that that's what I do, but it's seeing me on camera. I am someone that really thinks about stuff, y'all. I really do. I really look at everything full scale. And to me, this is proving a point of these people, because I think that people that watch me may watch these other individuals too. So I put myself all the way out there, like throwing myself out there naked, right? Which I know most of the time it causes more backlash than anything. But I cannot be anything or anybody but myself. And that's just it at the end of the day. I will not try to water down nothing or try to manipulate a situation. I just won't. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to profess that, but I think that these people are just lying. These are people that have privy to someone's Akashic records. It's just period. They're connected to these masculines, and they have, believe me, in this day and age, they have, whether you think someone is a Christ energy or that whoever you're looking at that you think may be that energy, because it's saying that this person is going to be already doing this. So somebody's out there saying something, okay? But you better know that if there is a Christ or a Jesus or any kind of energy like this, Paul, anybody, that somebody is already tapped in, all right? They're not needing to tap into everybody's Akashic record, just those people or that person. So I see the sorcery, the tricks, the cursing, and the lies and everything in real life. And it's funny when we can read this text and find it there too. Sinners. They want sinners. It's talking about sinners being let into the door. So this is exactly what, so I guess this is what Source is just showing me today. Okay. There's something about proclaiming to be the only one. And so I see a lot of these feminists jumping on the bandwagon today, speaking this way. Imitation. All right, he must. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Is it a true saying that if a man wants to be a pastor, he has a good ambition, okay? For a pastor must be a good man whose life cannot be spoken against. Yes. Here I come. I'm almost done with this chapter. He must have only one wife, okay? And he must be hardworking and thoughtful, orderly, and full of good deeds, okay? He must enjoy having guests in his home. So again, this is what we're talking about these nosy people. All right, this is what I'm saying. What do you want? What do you want now? Okay, I'll be back.